Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Verga. Welcome to the channel. In tonight's talk, I'm speaking to Heiko Sepp, a former triathlete who is now battling a vaccine injury. Heiko, it's great to have you on the channel. Thank you for your time this evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure, pleasure. I'd love to just dive in and feel free to share your story. I'd love to hear a bit about your life and health and fitness prior to the pandemic and your vaccine injury.
Yeah, pretty much I was enjoying my life, going to the work, enjoy time with the kids, training, taking part of triathlons, X3 events, X3 World Tour triathlons, sometimes Ironman. So pretty much, yeah, it was like to get a little bit rid from the kids. So training and Ironman was my freedom.
That's incredible. I mean, as far as I know, I've done a bit of cycling in my 30s, and I know an Ironman is a very big race, like a big achievement. Can you explain a bit more to viewers for context of those kind of distances in an Ironman race?
Yeah, it's 3.8 kilometers swimming, 180 kilometers of cycling, and marathon on the end, 42 kilometers. But in extreme triathlon, there is like swimming is mostly some little bit extreme in the colder water. Cycling is, yeah, pretty much like a real climbing up and down. And running is the same way. There is coming like amount of climbing. But the normal Ironman is mostly flat. If you heard about like Ironman South Africa,
Yes.
I've been there also. It's beautiful race.
Incredible. I can't say my swimming is any good. I've done a few half marathons in my life and a couple of cycle tour races. I don't know if you know of the Cape Town cycle tour, but yeah, I miss it a lot as well. I'd love for you to talk us through the timeline of your vaccinations and surrounding the pandemic. What made you want to get them versus not getting them, and how did that journey unfold? Yeah.
Yeah, because to be really honest, I didn't care so much. I was healthy man. In my head, it never came in my head that vaccine can do something bad to me. So that's why I didn't care. I got my message. It came on my phone that you have a time. I don't remember exactly the date, but but it was in June or May. Yeah, somewhere there. My first vaccination. Yeah, and then I wasn't really sure what's going on because I started to be sick, like not like a real sick, but all the time this of kind of really strange bad throat, coughing a lot, runny nose, and little fever. Then and it went up and down, like 2-3 days. I was like kind of okay, and then 2-3 days again, like feel really bad. On the beginning, I was blaming about the really warm summer, and it's like all the windows are always open, or you have air conditioner in, and all this of kind of things. And I thought maybe that's why. But in 16th of September, I got my second dose. And there we're talking about, around 40 minutes when everything start to go like seriously downhill. And on the end, I was hospitalized and all my body collapsed.
In that second vaccination, did the doctors, were they able to tell you what was happening in your body? Were they like blood clots, or what was causing you to collapse? Yeah.
No, there was a pretty funny story. On first evening, the doctor told me like, "Hey, you are already like 40 years old guy. You're supposed to start training and take care of your body and your heart." And then I told her like, yeah, actually I made Norseman just only 3 weeks ago. I've been training all of my life. The next morning they said, yeah, it looks like, yeah, you got some vaccine injury. It's happening, but normally it's happening like a little bit younger, especially with the men. And yeah, that was the only thing what they said. And then they just sent me home and said, yeah, take those heart medicine and for a heart. And it was all. And yeah, it because my legs and my joint went worse every day and I couldn't walk anymore. And so I tried to contact with the hospital, but they refused to talk with me. And since that was like a hide and seek game, so I had to go to the private. And in private, they took like all possible tests as much possible, looks like normal this of kind of testing to find out maybe there is something else than vaccine. But on the end, there was one doctor who said, yeah, it looks like you have some autoimmune disease, and he believed that come from vaccine. But the only thing was, he said, I'm not like a real immunologue. So I'm not like a real specialist. You have to go to the Rikshospital. Rikshospital is like Oslo, we can say like a where are the specialists of this of kind of diseases. And of course, they totally avoid me. They refused many, many times when my family doctor tried to get time to me, like appointment. And yeah, it was pretty much comical. I had to wait over the year to finally get in. But before that, I went to the private clinic in Estonia, where they managed to prove that I have autoimmune disease. And they also told that's coming from COVID vaccine. There is no any other explanation. But in like a national Rikshospital, they still keep saying that no, that's just coincidence that all your body collapsed the same time as you got vaccine. So now I have had to hire the lawyers and forward to fight with richest almost the richest land in the world. So it's pretty sick case. Plus I have to live now in Gran Canaria because in a Norwegian cold climate I can't even walk. Just only 2.5 weeks ago I had a problem with just only basic walking. Couldn't even deliver my kids to the school.
Wow.
So, and now I can walk like not like perfectly, but it's totally different here in Gran Canaria.
Yeah. Is that that's not part of the Canary Islands? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, exactly.
It is. Okay. I'm not the best with geography. I didn't do geography in high school, but I imagine that a warmer climate would help certain symptoms. It's hard for me to say. I like temperature wise, I've definitely got some kind of temperature regulation issue, if that makes sense. So in winter, I notice my hands and feet are actually struggling a bit more with circulation than previous, like pre-pandemic, if that makes sense. And just very like cold hands, and they look a bit like pale and like almost a bit numb. But it's I suppose there's a variety of symptoms with vaccine injuries and long COVID and all the in-betweens and overlaps of that. So Heiko, tell me a little bit about your video project that you made on YouTube. I've watched it and it's incredible. What inspired you to make that, and how did you connect with different producers to create that?
Actually, the producer, we already had one little project when I got sick. They made some TV show to Estonian TV. And then we had some little project with him. But we got really good contact with each other, and we still keep always like chatting. And the same with the cameraman. Cameraman is my good friend. But it actually all started because of my wife. She was like, she told me like we're supposed to make some video, like a 3 to 5 minutes, something simple that actually show to the people what's going on in the winter time. And then we talked with the Sim, who is the camera guy. And somehow we talked also with Erki at the same time, the producer. And on the end, it just got like a real movie. So this 3 to 5 minutes project went, so long that we took all the way from the day first to the moment where we are at the moment. Actually, the last year when I went to Spain.
Incredible. That's amazing, Heiko. So for those watching, please check out the links below. I'm going to put a link to the YouTube video and also heikosepp.com where you can watch that video, I believe. Yeah. Very inspiring. As a former cyclist, I really enjoy seeing other athletes competing at that level. It's very inspiring. Not that I aspire to that at all. Heiko, in terms of you've I guess described this as a autoimmune condition now. So the vaccine has obviously triggered something in your body, like a dormant virus or something like that. Do they have a description of what this autoimmune condition is?
No, in Norway, I haven't get any help at all. That's zero. But now, thanks for this movie, I've been connected with many doctors. One from Spain, many doctors from USA. So I hope we are actually. I don't want to say anything loud at the moment, but we are actually from the beginning to start treatment. So I have this of kind of beliefs you can't talk loud because then it's going other ways. So I'm optimistic, but I don't want to talk loudly about it at the moment.
I understand.
So step by step to see how everything will going. So
yeah. It's very difficult for anyone battling chronic disease, vaccine injury, long COVID. It's you can latch onto a concept or a treatment and think that I'm going to get better. That gives you hope, but then it might not work for you, and that's quite difficult. Have you looked at any kind of supplements or medications to help? I know you said the doctors haven't been as helpful as you hoped in Norway, but are there any things that you've seen in the community that has helped you?
Yeah, in Norway, to be really honest, steroids were really, really helpful because without steroids, I couldn't even walk. But there was a lot of side effects.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm still too young to use steroids over 2 years like Norwegian doctors. They even didn't try to find any other solution. They said like, yeah, it's working, you can walk. What are you complaining? So they didn't want to find out what is going on. They didn't try anything else. They were just like eat those steroids, and steroids were really helpful. But at the moment, I see warm climate is helping me actually more, and I see I get a lot of help from the seawater.
Okay, incredible. Okay.
I'm going for like 3-4 times every day in the ocean, and I feel my muscles are not so painful. But most problems are with the joints and with pot syndrome.
Yes, I know POTS. Yeah, and dysautonomic symptoms, I guess.
Yeah, that's the worst thing in my at the moment. Because it's coming so it's like attack me one moment when I get so gets so bad and everything going like black, and I can't do anything. I'm just like sitting down somewhere like a homeless, because I can't actually go forward so long. If it takes sometimes almost half hour to get to my or back to my legs, and I have to like really cool down and then go forward. And sometimes people coming and asking like, "Yeah, what's going on? How I can help you?" But there is nothing what you can help me.
I wanted to ask, what brand of vaccinations did you take?
The first one was Pfizer, second one Moderna.
Okay.
In Norway, a lot of people got the same way. They mixed, and I've been talking now with many doctors and people all around the world, and everyone are really surprised how they did something like that, because you can't mix vaccines.
Yeah, that's true. I believe that people in South Africa, some people did a Johnson and Johnson and a Pfizer. I myself just did 2 Pfizers, and like yourself, I didn't expect any negative effects from it. I wouldn't say I was a pro-vaxxer, but I guess you could call it that. I didn't see. I thought people who were anti-vaxxers were conspiracy theorists, basically. So I trusted health. I trusted science, the big farmers, and all of that. And I thought, no, I'm pretty healthy. I'm 30 years old. Like I should be fine. I'm fit. Cycling a lot, and yeah, it's difficult, man. Have you been in contact at all with Moderna or the other brand you mentioned? Sorry, was it Pfizer? Yeah.
Yeah, Pfizer. No, they
Yeah.
don't answer.
Yeah. It's something I haven't even got to. I think I don't know if you experience post-exertional malaise. I'm sure you would at a certain heart rate. If you exert your body too much, you kind of get a crash. But with long COVID and some people from what you'd call long vax, I guess, there are these microclots and issues with the blood vessels, in the body, endothelial lines and oxygen transfer and everything. So I've been battling severe fatigue and that kind of stuff for 2.5 years. Did 10 months of blood thinning, which helped, but it doesn't really solve like you say, if you've got an autoimmune condition that's being triggered by the vaccination or the infection, and your immune system is just on fire and working overtime, it's not something I think that blood thinning or can fix, basically.
Was my biggest problem in Norway. Every time we get cold, people were sick around me. If someone just only coughed in the bus, or had some little something wrong, they weren't like 100% healthy. That was 100% sure. I went home and I've been sick again. Since that, when I got sick, I've been always like, I have so many problems, and every time when I got some flu or something like that, my legs didn't work anymore. And not only legs, also my hands and my shoulders, and now it's pretty big difference, because I can almost put my left hand all the way up. When I came here 3 weeks ago, it went just only so high.
Yeah.
It's like a big difference.
Heiko, you mentioned briefly in our chat before we started the video officially that you've started doing some very baseline low heart rate training. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, because I feel way better when I do some trainings. First mentally, and I feel somehow it give me like extra motivation. I think mostly that coming from the mental part. If you are mentally okay, it's also help you go forward. So I'm trying to ride every day. Yeah, it's not like I'm riding 20 kilometers per hour to give not even one stress to my legs, but just roll and enjoy it. And yeah, sometimes I even been riding now. That was today when I rode 1 hour and 40 minutes, but normally I'm doing like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. So today it was not so hot like every other day. It was just 25 degrees. Celsius. It was pretty beautiful to ride and enjoy it. So, but I'm moving really, really slow.
That's really encouraging to hear, Heiko. I've tried to do very light walks, I'd say, and I can sometimes do a long walk, but then the next day I feel it like I need to crash for like half a day at least, you know. Do you have that post exertional malaise, that post exercise crash?
Yeah, I have every single of time when I walk longer. Not longer. It's just even little walk is pretty difficult for me.
Mm,
I believe there is too much body weight coming to my legs and joints, and I crash next day totally. It's always the same.
mm, mm.
So I avoid walking and trying to ride slowly and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I love it. I must try to do something like that, just rolling, on the bicycle. Yeah.
Well,
I'd like, yeah.
just it's like a freedom. You can
Mm,
do what you love to do. Of course, I love like running is my real passion. It's really 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 fun to run in the mountain and forest,
mm, mm.
but that's pretty dark dream at the moment. So
Yeah,
that's why I feel really free and I enjoy when I can ride.
I understand. Sure. I'd love you to just share a bit of context. So, were you full time a triathlete full time? Was that your job?
No, no, no.
Mhm.
That triathlon was my hobby.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
What
because
was your career? Mm,
I used to be cyclist, and middle time I was working. Then I have family, 3 kids.
yeah.
So triathlon is to get out from the routine, to
Yes.
do
Yeah.
my own thing. So
Mm,
that's why we choose every year like 3, 4, 5 Ironmans, or not only Ironman, 6 3 World Tour etaps. Uh,
wow.
Try to find something, always one like a little bit longer trip to Canada, USA, or like South Africa,
Mm,
and all the other nearby in Europe.
mm.
Mm.
Incredible. Sorry, I don't know if it made sense, but what was your career? How did you earn money, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I was working in the as distributor, sports goods distributor. Uh,
Okay,
Road bikes, triathlon wetsuits.
incredible.
Mm.
And can you still work at all? Can you work
No,
part time at all?
not in Norway. I
Okay,
think here I could have a possibility to work at least 40%, but because of Norwegian law, I can't work.
sure. So does that say if you can't work more than 50% or 80%, then you can't work at all?
No,
What
at
does
the
that law
moment,
mean?
because if I'm going back to Norway, then
Mm,
there is no chance that I'm coming even on my legs. So that's why we've been choosing Kranganaria. They have Norwegian school here. I hope we're gonna get a place to my kids. We already applied the place, and I hope kids gonna come here in November.
incredible. Okay. And yeah, please, in closing, I'd love for you to share something to encourage someone else who's also battling a vaccine injury or a chronic disease of sorts that's making them very debilitated and they aren't able to work or function normally anymore. What would you say to encourage someone like that?
Uh, you know, I know it's so difficult. I've been in this place now 3 years. We've been selling. We have sold everything what we had. To just take this fight, and now we're gonna fight until to the end. It doesn't matter what it takes, and I believe everyone's supposed to do that, because if we all do that, so I think we will win this battle. I'm sorry to say that, but I call those people terrorists who just even don't wanna take any responsibility what's happened. because to be honest, I'm really, really, really pissed. I'm really mad about all the situation.
Yeah, I can relate to that. It's the whole pandemic was what I'd call the biggest medical stuff up in my lifetime, or all of our lifetimes, I guess, right now. But it's a tension for me. I had a friend, or now a friend, a guest, Adam Rowland, who's suffered severe vaccine injury from AstraZeneca, living in the UK now, and he also raised the point, like Chris, like he understands the point that sure there will be 1 in 1,000 people might have an adverse event, and maybe that was known or maybe it wasn't, but why don't the companies who provide the vaccines want to come and follow up and test you and say, hey, what went wrong? Let's see how we can help you your situation or improve the vaccinations. And like AstraZeneca has actually just been pulled from the market in the last couple of months. I don't know if you knew about that, but it's actually because it's causing severe blood clots. Another guest I had on the channel, Alex Mitchell, lost his leg amputation because of severe blood clots developed from his AstraZeneca shots. And there's been no one to say, hey, Alex, I'm so sorry this happened to you. How can we help you? And that's really sad. And yeah, I'm sure in your position, it's incredibly frustrating. Yeah.
It's a really dumb situation. What actually make me really, really pissed is like I have to be here away from my family. To be honest, I was a little bit against to come here, but my wife Anne, she's really, really strong. She's always saying, kids are still little and you still have possibility to be with them, but first of all, you have to be healthy again. Even if you can't be, because I've been always taking care of kids like pretty, like we can say 70-80% of the time, because I'm working in the hospital, so they have like one graphic, and she also want to do some trainings and things. I had the possibility to pretty much organize my own time. So I always deliver kids to the school, pick them up, going to the training with the kids. Same time, when I was healthy, I went to the training myself, sometimes even 3 o'clock in the morning, to just and be back before if the kids gonna wake up. And now it's really difficult to be away from kids. It's like last year it was difficult. I was also in Mallorca and also here in Gran Canaria in February, March, April, May, June. But this year is somehow feels like even worse than last year.
Sure, man. Okay. Yeah. Any other thoughts in closing?
Yeah. I just, people who have same situation, they just supposed to fight and, don't give up.
Yeah. Incredible. And for those who'd like to follow a bit of your journey and to watch this documentary, I believe it's on heikoseppfilm.com, or is it heikosepp.com?
Heikosepp.com, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to link that below, everyone. So please have a watch the video. It's incredibly inspiring and very obviously difficult to see how Heiko's gone from triathlons to the state now. But yeah, thank you so much again, Heiko, for your time. I really appreciate it. And please keep in touch. And if you have ever come to Cape Town or South Africa again, you have a friend in Cape Town, yeah?
We will come anyway, because I really enjoyed Ironman South Africa. It was really, really good organized, and it was beautiful race.
Incredible. Yeah. Thank you, Heiko.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
That's the formal part of it. But yeah, thank you so much again for your time, Heiko. I really appreciate it. And I know it's an incredible amount of physical suffering, what you're going through. My story is not the same as yours, but it's similar in some senses. Long COVID basically has caused these microclots in my blood, and I think there's a vaccine issue because I'm still making spike protein. I don't know if you've done a spike antibody test at all, blood test, but the doctor suspects I have a vaccine injury that I can't turn off, basically. Yeah.
I'm planning to go to USA and to take like special tests.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Dr. Birregori and Marshall.
Okay, incredible. Yeah, and if you want me to connect you with Adam or Alex, I'm happy to do so as well. They're in the UK and also battling more. I don't know if the vaccines you had caused the blood clotting issue, but they've had a lot of blood clot issues, pericarditis, heart inflammation, that kind of stuff. Yeah, Adam
Yeah,
especially. Yeah,
that's what Dr. Marshall believes, that I have a blood clot, and also he believed that I have some microcell or something. I don't remember exactly.
might be myocarditis, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
that I already had.
oh, okay, sure. Wow.
That was the first thing what they found it in
Yeah.
second day already.
Okay. I
And
think
that's why they told I supposed to start training, you know.
yeah, that's scary. Yeah, I will. I'm sure the video documentary that you guys made would explain a lot about what happened. So I think people will really enjoy that as well. Yeah. Thank you again, Heiko. Have an amazing evening. Thanks for your time. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Thank you.
Great
All
to
right.
meet you. Bye, Heiko.
Yeah, pleasure all mine. Bye.
Bye.